Hey, welcome, welcome. Hello. Oh, goodness. Today is Thursday. Yes, it is. Okay. Today is Thursday, the 21st of March, which means it is spring. Although I think it was last week that it was, or earlier this week that it was the first day of spring. I'm not sure. But yeah, lots of fun today. Let's see. So today's the 21st. Good morning. Good morning. We have this weekend we're celebrating one of my children's birthdays, and that's exciting. And we're gonna make a cool thing today. And yeah, we have people visiting. It's very busy here, but I always make time for trendy Thursdays because they're my favorite. It's my favorite way to spend my day. Whenever I'm like, oh yeah, we have to like whenever we do anything, I'm like a buffer. We can't do that on Thursday mornings because I'm busy. So, but anyway, so yeah. Good morning. Is it spring break there yet? We had spring break last week. We're in um we're in Knoxville, Tennessee, and they have spring break a little early because they start really early. We started in like the first or second week of August, and then we had it's like every 9 weeks they have a break. So this 9 weeks ended, last Friday or whatever, and we had the whole week off, and now this week, yeah. So no spring break this week. We already had it. And we went and we did a whole bunch of fun stuff. We had it last week and it was so silly because I was like, we can't do anything on Thursday morning. And then Thursday afternoon we went I think we went to like Pigeon Forge that day. Or maybe it was Chattanooga. We did lots of stuff this weekend or the last week. It was really fun. Okay. So let's get chit chatting about teachers pay teachers. So let's see. Get you over here. Oh, here's my Facebook group. So we're gonna do I can statements today. Um, which someone mentioned that in the group that like they were saying that's interesting that it's on the search bar on Teachers Pay Teachers. So I looked and it's still there this morning. I was hoping that it was still there because I checked this morning at 5 and I didn't know when I wasn't sure if it was still going to be there. So I was like praying this morning. I was like, please let it still be there. So we could talk about a little bit like what are I can statements. What are they used for in the classroom? I always see the family pictures of your adventures. I wish I was your kid. Aw, thanks. I hope my kids feel that way when they grow up. I hope they're like, oh, we had a good childhood. We always try to do silly, fun things. Um, and now that my husband is not in the Navy, we have like so much freedom with our time. Um, because when you're in the military, or when he was in the military, he was not allowed to take vacation very frequently. It was frowned upon. So he always had his, um, what do civilians call it? Vacation days. They expired every year. So now we're excited that like he can use them every now and like it's just such a better experience like being a normal American again. For us, for our family, like we were not made to be a military family. I was not made to be a military spouse. Anyway, we I'm just really apparently in the mood to talk about myself. So congratulations, everybody. You get to hear my life story. We're just so happy that we're done. And like when you like go on vacations and it's like we didn't have those memories for 12 years. We didn't have those memories. So it's so nice to finally have him and get to like take him with us places and share those memories with him. It's like it's so much more like motivation to go places. It's like, yeah, let's go. Let's take a day trip down to Chattanooga so that we can hang out with the kids together and like create these beautiful memories, you know? So it's, yeah, he is. He's ecstatic to make those memories. And I remember when he was in, and oh man, so my kids were younger, so there was that too. But when he was in, like, I felt bad if we would go someplace without him, because I was like, I want you to be here. Like, I want you to have these memories with us. I'm gonna cry. Sorry. So it's so nice now to not have to feel like I'm taking something away from him by, spending time with them. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to describe it other than that, but like it's so nice now to have him and to be free. And he's so ecstatic to, like, I don't know, we just feel so normal now. But anyway, I'm sorry I wasn't planning on crying during Trendy Thursday today, but here we are. Okay, so let's talk about I can statements, shall we? Okay, so there's a few things. So I was chit-chatting with Chatty this morning, and I was, searching the internet and trying to find all the different ways that people use them, because I know how I would use them. Because when we were doing when we were homeschooling and, in preschool classrooms, we would use them um, to talk about what we were doing during the day. Like, we would post it outside the classroom so people would be able to see it. And like, or in the morning, we would have like morning meetings with, or like circle time. People sometimes call it circle time. We would have like morning meetings, and we would be like, this is what we're going over today. And this is what we're going to be able to do. And then, like, we would be able to, good morning from Florida. Yay. I'm excited. Oh, look at your little sunshine. Look at this. It's so cute. Got a little sunshine right there. Sunny Florida. I'm jealous. It's okay. It's 43 today, so it's nice and warm. But a few days ago, it was like, not talking to you. A few days ago, it was like 20. So we are basking in the sunshine now. Okay, so um these I can statements, basically you're just taking the standards, and you're making them into like an easier way for people to understand, for students to understand, and for teachers to understand, and for parents. And I think that's important too, the parent aspect, because there are parents like me, like, my husband, and like, our little besties, um like, we want to be able to help our kids succeed at home as well, even if, like, I'm not teaching my kids, so I don't know what they're learning right now, you know? So, like, we have these I can statements, like, I can, I don't have any of that written down right now, but like, I can, like, identify 2D shapes, like, that's something that you can put on like a piece of paper, and then you can send that home, and then you can be like, oh, that's what they talked about today. And then we can practice and stuff like that. So they're useful for parents, which I think is always good for TPT. If you can give teachers something to send home to parents, then they're like, I don't know how to do it. Great. And then it's also useful in the classroom for like admin, for like bulletin boards. Okay. So it's like a daily focus bulletin board, something like that. So these can be very basic. They can be um, like checklists, or you can make them super pretty and fun, which, I guess we're gonna do that because that's who I am. All right, so let me see my notes really quick. Um, Basically, they're just like standards, common core standards, or TEKS, or any state, and they help manage and understand expectations. And then you can add them to morning meetings, you can add them to slides, you can add them to like half sheets to go home, or you can make a checklist, or you can help. It also helps with planning for the year, which is probably why it's trending right now, because it's planning for next year. And it's a great tool. Ooh, also for like, teacher conferences. So like, when you go in and you talk about how your kid's doing, they can be like, this is what I need them to be able to do by the end of the year. And like, you can use them as I can statements. So there you go. So we're going to create them for Common Core today, and I'm going to show you how you can find those Common Core standards if you don't no, or if that's not part of your, in your wheelhouse, we will show you. So I'm done with my notes. Now we're going to be talking and showing. Okay, so here's how we're going to find Common Core standards or any standards. You could go to Google, but I found if I go to Google and I'm like, Common Core standards, first grade, they're, I mean, sure, they exist and you can see them. And here they are, all these things. Like, it's cool, Common Core upgrade, but like, it's just not, I just don't love it. I just don't love doing this. Um, grade one, like I can do all these things, which that's cool. That's cool. It's got all of it right here. You don't have to click around. And so you can do that. You can do that if you want, but I'm going to show you how to do it inside Teachers Pay Teachers. So if you come here and you say that you're going to add a new product, go to, oh, pardon me, go to digital download. I had a little sip of water and now I got hiccups. I always do that, but I'm going to do it again. All right. So we went to upload new product right here on this. You go to your little shop and then you go to add new product. And so here, this is just, adding a new product. We're not actually going to do it though. We're going to come down here to educational standards and you can click any of these and you can see what they are. So I like doing that because it's right here. You can go to first grade for reading. And then, so all of these, as you can see, they're like a little, they can be hard to understand, especially, I don't know if you have ever looked through these, but if you go to Texas, it's like really long and kind of, it's a lot. Like developing and sustaining foundational language skills, listening, speaking, reading, writing, and thinking. Beginning reading and writing, this student develops word structure knowledge through phonetical awareness, print concepts, phonics, and morphology to communicate, decode, and spell. The student is expected to demonstrate the phonetical awareness by recognizing spoken alliteration and or groups of words that begin with the same spoken onset or initial sound. So that's a lot to say that they understand alliteration, like, so what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to suggest that you take this into ChatGPT. So you come here, you copy it, you go to chat.openai, and I already did this here. I just said, like, can you please turn this Common Core standard into I can statements that I can display around my classroom to help students know what we are working on each day? So we're going to come up here to ChatGPT and we're going to say it again. I need this standard. Well, we can say educational standard, educational standard in to be I can statements that I can create a checklist with to make sure my students are meeting all of the educational standards. So we could do just one or we can do multiple. Oops, or one. So I don't want to do all of these. I wish that they, whatever. Okay, so let's just grab like 5, right? Copy, and then paste, and then enter. I hope you guys are having a lovely day. I am as well because it's Thursday, which means it's Friday Eve, and tomorrow is our Friday, which is another reason I love being a normal human in the normal human world. My husband works long days during the week, but then he has Friday off. So every Friday, I take it off as well. And I always say I don't work on the weekends, but I've definitely been working on the weekends. Okay. But yeah, so we have our little fun Fridays every Friday. And we didn't get to have it last Friday because it was like a fun week. So we were doing stuff every day. So we didn't do our normal, like, go out and have coffee. And so It'll be nice this week to be able to go have some coffee. All right, so to transform these educational standards into I can statements suitable for a checklist, you would want to phrase them in a way that reflects the student's ability to perform each task. Here's how each standard can be converted. Okay, so this one was developing and sustaining foundational language skills, listening, speaking, discussion, and thinking. Oral language, the student develops oral language through listening, speaking, and discussion. They're expected to listen actively and ask questions to understand information and answer questions using multi-word responses. So I can listen actively to understand information. I can ask questions to understand information better. I can answer questions using multi-word responses. So there you go. There's your I can statements. So you can make these with any standard. You can use Common Core, which Common Core is used in most states. Most states have Common Core. Let me actually look it up. How many states use Common Core standards? 41 states. So if you only do Common Core, like, you'll be good. You'll be good. It'll be fine. I would say most most use Common Core. But if you are in a state like Texas or Virginia, or what's the other one? Really just Texas and Virginia. Only for buyers in Texas, only for buyers in Virginia. Okay. Or in their state specific equivalent. I think Tennessee has a state specific equivalent. Let me see. Go. If this has standards, it doesn't have standards. Usually they do. Oops. I unclicked the wrong one. Oh, this one has some Common Core standards. Okay, so you click on this, it'll show you underneath the standards. And Florida doesn't have Common Core either. Okay. Okay. So you can see standards. These are in Tennessee. So these are the Tennessee standards. The original is the Common Core standard. So each state has its own one. So you can change it to, I mean, you can do whatever you feel comfortable with. If you want to do Tennessee, or not Tennessee, if you probably don't, because you're probably not from Tennessee. But if you are, you could do Tennessee. You could do Common Core. You can do Texas. You can do whatever you like. You could even just make it a general, like, kindergarten one and just make them, and then make them editable. Like, oh, you could do that. You can make them editable and then very easily make it so that they can edit themselves. And I will show you how to do that. So let's get to it, because I've been chit-chatting and chit-chatting and chit-chatting, and you guys you're not even learning. All right, so let's go to just a normal piece of paper. I've been talking to my husband about changing some of my homepage. Well, I'll talk to you about it later. But basically, I think I'm going to start using text that has feet, even though I don't like it. I'm sorry, that has serif, sans serif, or serif. It has, yeah. Is that the right word for it? I say these things so confidently, and then I'm like, is this like something that's actually not fact, or is it fact? Because one time I was like, oh, you're I was talking to somebody about like having asthma, and I was like, oh, so you're allergic to aspirin? Like my mom, because my mom has asthma and is definitely allergic to aspirin, and apparently that's not everybody. So now I'm like, I don't know if that's an everyone experience or just a me experience. So, yeah. All right. But yeah. So there we are. Okay. So we are making, I moved my thing, so I need to put it back. Okay. We are making I can statements. So we can make this into, we can make this into, we can make this into a checklist. We can make this into like a printable like sign. I'm going to give you a few different things, and then I'm going to show you how to make it editable, okay? Because I want you to be able to have the best experience. So I just came over here to the shapes, and I grabbed this rectangle, okay? So it just does whatever color I have. If you don't have colors set up, then it'll be, if you just have like the basic one, then it'll be blue. But I set mine up on Tuesday. So that's that. So we come over here and then click on it, and you right click, and you go to format shape. Another thing I wanted to show you was I have these lines across here that you can see. These are my grids and guides. If you come over here to the gray bits over here, or I guess it's like a beige. I don't know, like grayish. Mm-hmm. Come over here and go to grids and guides, and you can set this up. So this right here is a vertical guide. This right here is a horizontal guide. And then these are my grid lines, and these are the guides. And then you can add more. And then I also have a ruler, which is this up here. Okay, so that's how I do all the things that you're seeing that you're like, why doesn't yours look like mine? That's why. Okay, and if you don't know how to change the slide size, it's over here on the design tab. So you just go to slide size and custom slide size, and then you can, I don't know why it always does that. It's so silly to me, but you can change your width and height right here. I do 8.5 by 11 almost exclusively, but sometimes I do 11 by 8.5. Okay, so I right clicked and I went to format shape to get this little menu over here. You can move this if you want. Did you know that? Did you know that it moves? Not fun. Now that I moved it, I think I ruined my life. I don't know if it'll ever go back. But did you know that you could do that? If you don't like it there, you could just move it. How do I put it back though? Uh, Resize? No. Oh. How do I put it back though? That's the question. If we go to view? No. No. Macros. Interesting. I don't know how to put it back, but you can move it. That's a fun thing, huh? I guess maybe if I like close it and I reopen it. Yeah, then it's back. Okay. All right. So what we can do. So yeah, if you want to move it, just grab the menu part right here where it says the word. Let's just go back and do what we were doing. Sorry, I get distracted. So we right clicked and format shape, and that'll bring this up over here. I like to that's how I like to edit things, but you can also edit things up here in the shape format. You can go to shape fill and do white and do a shape outline of black, but I like to do it over here so that I can easily just type stuff in. It also has a drop down menu though, and you can be like, I want to do dashes or I want to do a weight of 3. Like you can change all of that right there. So now we have a border. And what I like to do is I like to center it. So to do that, you would just go to the align, middle, align, center. And then to make a checklist, you just make a text box. And you come up here and you can do a checklist. So you can say, ooh, I have so many things. Open. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. This one? Oh, that's over here. Okay. All right. All right. We're here. We are here. Let me close this. Where's my ChatGPT? There it is. Okay. I get lost. All right. So what we could do is we could literally just do this. Just copy. Paste. And now you see how it's like weird? That's because over here it's supposed to be black. You just go over here to the paste options and you can just grab the text only, right? So now it is our paragraph text. So my paragraph text is this script, but you can change that to, I really like this one called Stanford. Oh, I'm on a new computer. Let me think. Oh, what do I have on here? Let's find out. You can always go with Old Faithful, which is Century Gothic, but you can also change it to a different one like this. Century Gothic. Gadoogie. Why didn't it change? Gadoogie. You could do that. You could also do like a serif font or a Californian. That's a nice one. But I like Century Gothic. It's nice, basic, good font. And you can do it like that. And then what I would do is, I mean, you could like tab this in. If you press tab, so that there's still, oops. If you accidentally do that, you can control tab. No, I'm sorry. Shift tab, and it'll go back. And then tab, or you can also press the undo button. There we go. So you can do that. Good morning. I can't see your name, but good morning. So there we go. So you can make it into a checklist like that. And then you can add like a little text box that's like, what standards were these? These were Texas. Oh, hi, Marilyn. It's nice to see you on here. So you can be like Teeks. I guess it's probably Tex because that makes more sense because it's Texas. But I've always been calling it Teeks, which is probably not the best English now that I think about it because it's only one E and it's not like magic E. So I've always been saying Teeks, but I'm from Tennessee, so we don't use Texas things here. Standards for kindergarten. So I'm gonna put that as Arial Black. So you can do that if you want, or maybe we could say first grade. There we go. And then you can make that into a checkbox. You can also make a new slide and make it more fun. So let's do, okay, so here's what you can do. You can come over here to your new page and then you can click on this and hold it and drag it. What is that? Transition with zip. When you're presenting, click on the slide zoom to zoom. Cool. Thank you. I didn't want that. Okay. Thank you. For telling me that. Okay. So basically I just wanted this here so that if we needed to see it, we could. Oops, not that one. We could also go to, never mind. Okay. So what we can do for this is similar to what we did here. We'll make a outline. You know what else you could do? Okay, so you could do it like this, where you have two that are like this. And then you grab both of them or Florida. Yes. What do you mean or Florida? Oh, if you wanted to do it for Florida, yes, you can do whatever one you want. I'm from New York, and New York uses Common Core. But outside of New York, they use not Common Core. But now I'm in Tennessee, and they also don't use Common Core. So here we go. We could use these if you want. So what you would do with this is you would add one of these text boxes. So what I would actually do is I would do multiple boxes. People keep texting me. I don't like it. Stop. Not talking right now. All right. So what I would do is I would center it. And then I would do the shape outline of another thing you can do, actually. So you can come over here and you can change all the things. So change the text outline, or not text outline, the shape outline to be 3 and black, and then have the inside be white. And then you can come here and you can right click and you can set it as your default shape. So the next time you make one of these, it's the default shape instead of the pink. Okay. But I want it to be congruent. Okay. A selection pane. Oh, did you guys know that you can do that? I totally forgot about the selection pane. So we were talking the other day about like if you had multiple things on a page and you wanted to click just one thing and move it, and like how it's kind of difficult to do that if you have a lot of layers. If you come up here to, well, you click on a shape and you go to, where is it? It's under shape format, and you go to the selection pane right here. It opens this, and then you can click whatever you want. Similar to Canva has the same thing. It has a selection pane and it has a layers tab on their selection. You get the same thing here. So if you don't see it, or if you don't want to see it, you can turn it off. Like, that's a fun thing. I remember somebody asking a question about that, and I couldn't remember. I wasn't at my computer, so I couldn't remember the where to find it. I'll have to find whoever asked that question and be like, watch the live today, but skip 30 minutes in and I'll explain it to you. Okay, so there's that in case you're wondering. Okay, now, so these, what we did here was we have 2 boxes and we can fill them with a shape, or I'm sorry, not a shape. We can picture fill. We can insert from file and we come over here to clip art and my groovy things because they're so cute. I really like this one. I don't know if it'll work. It'll kind of work. But tile picture is texture. So we can make this a little more transparent, the thing, so that you can see behind it. If you want it to be fancy, you could make it smaller. If you want to make it smaller, but you like where it is, like you like how it's lined up, you can hold the control button and make it smaller and it'll like radiate in, if that makes sense. Oh, and if you hold the shift key, it will stay the same shape. Whereas if you don't hold the shift key, it will change all sorts of shapes. That's fun. Okay, so, all right. We'll be done playing. So you can do something like this if you wanted. You don't have to. Another thing that you can do to make this is you can use a table and you can insert a 1x2 table and you can make it the whole length that you want. And this just makes it easier to make sure that it is 2 equal shapes. If you want to do that, I don't like playing with tables very much. Here we go. So we could do that and we could change this to a different picture if we wanted to do this one, for example. And we could tile it or we could not tile it. And you could make this one be 20% transparent, like the other one. There you go. So something like that, so that you could still write on top of it and not lose it, if that makes sense. Like it's not too busy, but you'd still have like the theme. So you could make this for every classroom decor that you make. You could do something like this. That's a great idea. I should add that to my, me. Let me take a little note. Okay. Put this in the classroom decor course. Okay. Star, add to classroom decor. Okay, there we go. Let me see. Is there anything else? Okay. Love that. Yay. I'm glad you love that. So yeah, you could make this for each of your, because this is classroom decor, or this part could be, because when you look up, I don't know, I haven't actually because I didn't want to cloud my judgment of what I'm creating for you guys, I didn't look up um, I can statements on here because I didn't want to like copy anyone. So we'll wait until after. But I'm assuming we'll wait until after. But I'm assuming that people when they create these that they put them up on like bulletin boards. I'm assuming that's part of it. Because like why wouldn't you make it pretty and make it for your classroom as well? If it's going to be in your classroom, if you make it for the classroom decor, like that's a good idea. I'm glad we got there, friends. Glad we got there. Okay, so um, we will add this. So we can say I can, and I would make this your stop. Don't be rude. People are watching. Okay, I would make this your heading font. I would say I can. Right, duplicate this and put it right here. So same idea, and then you would say like your thing. Listen actively to understand information. And this could be another fun way to use your not only the what is this called? This is like a border right now, but it's a paper. So we would use like you can use your papers, but you can also use like your clip art on this. I think I've decided based on who's going to stop me, you know. I can ask questions to understand information better. So you end every sentence with a period, but this is a continuation. So this is not going to be capitalized. Da, 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 da. A. Ask questions. So let's put this up a little higher. So what we can do here is we can take this and make it 3.7. And then we'll add another grid, a horizontal grid. So that was 3.17. So that would be like 3.17. No, but it would be the opposite way. Shootsies. I don't know how to find it. Well, whatever. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. So if you want to set it up so that you have the same equidistance apart, what you could do is you could copy and paste this and put it underneath. So you have the same thing, and then you set this line up, and then you delete. And then you make sure that this is set up exactly where you want it to be. And then if you wanted to do one for this as well, to be like they're all going up to this line. I hope the words I'm saying are like making sense and I'm not just like malarketizing, you know? Made that word up. All right. So here, this is a way that you can like make sure that they're like set up the same, like they're on the same spot for each side. Okay, so like I was saying, like you can use your background images for this, but you can also use like if you have a whole bunch of clip art that you are wanting to use, like my purchases. If you're my husband, stop watching now. And you wanted to use like kids or something. I don't know if I have anything. But like if you had you know, like like this would be perfect for like counting. Like if you wanted to do like I can count to 10 or something like that. Like if that was one, like you could use the little kids. And they have so many different things. And if you have like if you just have like a ton of clip art and you just want to add them, you could do that. Like, no one's going to stop you. If they don't like it, they're not going to buy it. If they do like it, they'll buy it. Like you can make this in one different variation or you can make a bunch. It's up to you. And I don't think it would be a bad idea either way. If you make this once, you'll have all of the information. Like you'll be able to do a checklist. You'll be able to do these pages. You would have all of those as a template with the standards that you create because it's going to be your personal, like, you created the icon statements. Those are copyrighted. You can't just take someone's because it's their like intellectual property because they're taking the standards and they're changing them into statements so that it's like it's like their intellectual property, if that makes sense. So if you see, like if you can't just go on the internet and take someone else's I can statements and just add them to yours. You're going to, that's why I would use Chatty so that you're not like accidentally stealing or anything. Okay. So we could do it like that. We could add images. We could also add like, maybe not that, maybe like uh, you could add something here that's like a little page, right? I would rotate, flip. That's not right. Hold on. Um, you could put it here, like the thing. You could like the text LA, or you could write like LAK LA.K.1.A. You can put that here as a there you go. Okay. And you can make that centered and yeah, whatever font you like. Let's just do Century Gothic. There we go. And then you could make it a little bit bigger if you wanted. So you can do something like that. If that's your jam. Okay. And then grab both, then duplicate. I'm sorry, did you actually duplicate? There we go. Oh, I did. Whoop. Well, that's fine. And then add it to this one. And then delete the extra one you made. So you could do that to add like what it is, or you can also, instead of this shape, you could come up to shape format. You can edit shape and turn it into a rectangle and then put it like down here. Boop. There we go. And you can add color to this. Like this doesn't have to be, you could change this to, I mean, you could do it like that. You could do duplicate and put it down here. If you wanted, you could also duplicate, and instead of having this be the outline could be black. You could change the color to be, a certain color. Or you could match it to your thing. You could make this part be, and then like we were talking about, you can come over here to your selection pane and you could move this which text box was it? It's probably this, no, this one. And you could move it to the top. Look at that. Isn't that fun? And you could change this to say, I can. But anyway, yeah. So there's, I love PowerPoint so much. I feel like I'm always finding stuff that's like fun. Text box, this one. Like if you're doing a whole bunch of editing, you can change all of this over here to like say what each thing is. Or you could just also just like bring forward or send to back. Like you could, there's ways to change things. So you can do that. I would, if I did this, I would probably take this color off, just go no line, and then make it like this color. I can. And then do the same over here, make no line, and then change this to be like this color. There you go. And then you could even just add this down at the bottom like that. Like you don't, like there's so many things that you can do to make this pretty. I'm going to give you this template to get you started. But don't use the text. Don't use the text. Change it to be your own. But I wanted to give you like a few different ways that you could like set these up to look nice for however you wanted to create them. You know what I mean? Like I want you to have the tools to do that. And again, you don't have to, it's up to you. Like what you put in here, you don't have to have any, this could just be white. This could just be white and it would still be really great. You can also do like a solid fill of, you know, this color in the back. You could do a solid fill. You could do a gradient of this color and then make this one into this color and like change it up. Like there are things that you can do. Change this to this color, make it all crazy. Like you can do anything you want. Okay. So I want to encourage you to use these to make your own. Now, remember, you're going to use Chatty or your brain. You can use your brain. If you want to go to, you can just Google it if you want. This might be easier for you. I don't find this easier personally. I find it easier to go one by one on Teachers Pay Teachers. But like you could just Google whatever state you're in. Like you could Google Florida state standards for, what were we? We were on first grade. And you could look at all of these and figure it out. Now, this isn't just America, obviously. You could also do like, I was just talking with a member last week about Australia has some. You could make I can statements for Australia. And they have like a whole bunch of different things. Why are you trying to get my attention? Phone. Okay. Personally, I love colors. I never know what colors are good for use with products to sell. So I could talk about that. All right. So when it comes to like a theme, like if you are using this, I don't have it open. Hold on. This. My friend just, what are you doing? Okay. Where is open file location? So like if you're using this for your classroom decor, I would just pull colors from this. Now you can just grab colors from these pictures, or you can grab colors from, you know, like if you're like, oh, I love these colors, you grab this and you put it over here and you just add it to things. Like you could add this to this overlay. Like the overlay could be this nice color, and then you make it more transparent. So it's not too much usually. But you can also take this color and you can go to more colors and you can like make it lighter up here. So you just get like a touch of it instead of like, you know, the shebang. Uh, I would probably keep this down to like 20. Um, I might even do less than that just so that like you can definitely see the words. Now this one, it would be a child facing. Um, it, it could be child facing, so I would not use a script font for that. I would use like a you could use like KG Red Hands or Century Gothic. I really I really like these ones that I have. I think I bought it on a different. Where are we? This one, TpT. Um, it's like Stanford font. No. Well, you're just gonna have to believe me that it exists. Oh, it's on Teachers Pay Teachers. It's this one um, that I bought many years ago. She just has so many fonts in this. I don't think I bought the huge thing, but I bought like I want to say the one I use. It's not on it's not on this computer, so I can't just like look at it. Ooh, I made some money. I don't know. I think it was on. I'm not gonna waste your time looking at all these, but yeah, it was one of these fonts, and it was great. Biography. That's what it is. Stanford Biography. So this 13 Stanford Biography. It's a good one. That's the one that I use the most. Oh, this is a free sample font, so you can use these free samples if you wanted to. I might use Elementary. Uh, 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 uh. Terms of use. Credit is greatly appreciated. You're purchasing a single user commercial font license, but this isn't a paid thing, so I don't know. But yeah, you can look at all that good stuff and figure it out for yourself. I'm not a lawyer. All right. So, yeah, here's a few different ways that you could do it. I really like the white personally. So you can do all this good stuff, and I can't give you the actual pictures, but I can give you the template so you can kind of understand what I'm doing here. Is there anything else that you guys would like me to create while we're here? We got about 5 minutes left, which is plenty of time to create more. I don't want you to feel like I'm not like I wouldn't have time for it, because I definitely have time to create things. I don't have anything going on. My kids are at school. My guest is also working, so we're good. How do we make it editable? Oh my gosh, I'm so thankful that you said that. Okay. So to make it editable, let's pretend this one we're going to make editable. Okay. So, and I'm glad you asked that because I have not Creative Fabrica, I have Flatpak on my computer now. So, okay. So this one, we're just going to say editable text here, editable text here. And then you can also say here, like standard. We're going to put this right here. We're going to put this right here. Okay. And we're going to say standard. Okay. to make it editable, you just go up to Flatpak. If you don't have Flatpak, to make it editable, you would just flatten. Okay, so if you don't have Flatpak, if you don't have Flatpak, I would delete all of the text that you want to be editable. I would save all of this as pictures. So save as picture. You can just say I can statement. There we go. Just this one, because I just want to make it super easy. And then we come over here to downloads and make a new. I don't like that. All right, there we go. So we have our I can statement. You would delete all of this stuff over here. This would be your text, or this would be your boxes. And then you can add these, copy, paste. This would be your editable text. So you would then save it, file save as a PDF, and it would be that. So that means this is saved as a picture. You'd have to do that for every page, and then you'd have to come back and you would add this text back, and it's a little tedious for me personally. So what I do instead, that's if you don't have Flatpak, which if you don't have Flatpak, that's fine. Like you can still do it. It's just time intensive. Like you can still do it. You can still make a bajillion dollars without Flatpak. You're paying with your time or your money. Okay. So you can create it and you can save it really quickly and easily with Flatpak, or you can spend a little time to make it flattened. Either way, you're spending something. So if you have plenty of time, you don't need Flatpak. You can do everything without it. But if you want to save time, then I very highly recommend Flatpak. And if you need Flatpak, I have a little thing. Hold on, let me find it. Da, 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 da. Flap? No, that's not it. Flat. FP. There it is. There we are. Okay, so that's what you would use if you wanted. I might have missed it, but how many cards should we create? You will create as many as you need to do all of the standards. So I'm giving you like the template. These are all templates. You're going to take these, these standards that we talked about over here. You take these standards and you're going to put them into ChatGPT and say, you're going to be like, I need this to create a checklist, and then Chatty will do it for you. Or you could do it with your brain. All right, so that's that. Okay, so now let's get back to flattening with Flatpak, because I know I sing praises of Flatpak, but I want to make sure that you guys can see it. Okay, so here we are. Here's your editable text. Hold on, let me duplicate this just to be sure. Okay. So what you would do is you would just grab this editable text, all the ones that you want to be editable, right? So you don't need to do the I can, you just do these ones. You come up to Flatpak. There's a do not flatten box right here. So you're going to click the do not flatten box, and then these ones will not be flattened. I highly recommend, if you are doing editable text, that you make that text into a PowerPoint text. You can give them instructions about how to edit it, or how to there we go. You can give them instructions about how to edit the text, or how to add a font, or how to edit things in PowerPoint, but give them something that's not going to change when they download it. So like these things will be flattened. You won't have to worry about this like I can, but this text will not be flattened, and it will be whatever text they or whatever font they have on their computer. So do sense do Century Gothic or one of the the PowerPoint specific fonts. Is it necessary to create them as editable? No, it's not. It could help if you want it to be, more accessible to more people. But if you just use Common Core standards, that would be fine. If you make some for Common Core, you make them for all the different core standards. Feel free. So I wanted to talk more about this. So these are do not flatten, right? You see, they're do not flatten. So now when you create a PDF, you come up here to create PDF. We're going to go to downloads, and I'm going to say editable. What is this called? icon statements. So that, and what it's doing is it's taking everything. It's taking all the things, and these are all pictures now, right? So you can't edit any of this. This is all done, right? Except these are editable. So to edit this, you would have to have like an actual editable thing. Let me see. I don't have, I guess, do I have Acrobat? I don't have Acrobat on this computer, so I would not even know where to start with that. But you could do that, or you can also create a PowerPoint. So editable PowerPoint. And now when it opens, these are, none of this is editable. See how you can't click on anything? Like nothing is there. And then you go down to the one that was editable, and this, you can change the text. Okay, so they can't move anything else, but they can do the text. So what you would say in your description is you would say these are editable in PowerPoint if that's what you want. If you have an editable PDF, I'm not really sure. I'm sure it's in here. Convert to PDF form field. I guess you could probably do that. Let me close this. Sure. Oh, they have the autofill. I've never done this part before because I always just make it when I do an editable, I always have it editable in PowerPack or in PowerPoint. Okay. I'm gonna have to look at that to figure that out, but we're gonna see what happens. Okay. So we're gonna edit this. Okay. So now we're back here. Oh, so this, oh look, it's hard to see. It's hard to see, but you see, so you can say like this text here. With word, oh, see, oh, I don't like that. So we would have to do multi-line and like fit to text. So because I kept saying it doesn't fit. Okay. But it has the lines, like that's cool, isn't it? And then the standard, this was just editable. So you can make it into a PDF field that they can add to. That's fun. And that's something, this is just like this is like an edge. This isn't, this is not Adobe or anything. This is just my edge, I think. Oh, Copilot. Oh, get out of here. Not talking to you right now. But yeah, so that's cool. Things that we're learning. Um, oh, look at that. All right. So we leave. So you can do that. You can add the convert to a thing, convert to a PDF form field. If you don't have this, I did not have this in my old one because I haven't updated it. But now it's updated, which is cool. So you can change all of these things, and you could, that's fun. So yeah, that is how you do that. I hope that makes sense. Does that help? Are you good? If so, I will end this call. Good morning, Anchovy. She's not in the mood. And if not, yeah, leave any questions that you have below, and I will answer them while I'm here. Hello. Hi. So, Anchovy loves her new bed, in case you're wondering, while you're typing. So, I'm going to sit here and chit chat while you guys are typing your questions because I want to answer your questions about this. Thank you. Says you're amazing. Thanks, Veronica. That's very lovely. I just love sharing this information because I want everyone to be successful and make a bajillion dollars. So I want to show you all the different ways, and like stuff like this makes me uncomfortable. Like doing editable things, it's always been very uncomfortable for me. So I'm glad that I can kind of, and I think the reason why it's uncomfortable is because um, like nobody else is really talking about how to make things edited, editable. And when they do, they're trying to like sell you something that's like super expensive or like a shoddy thing. So Flatpak is something that we already have. It's just bethanapril.com/FP. And that's if you have, and I, I realize how silly it is saying this out loud because I just said like they're trying to sell you something, but like we're already using Flatpak anyway, most of us. So knowing that you can use that to make, I can't put it in the chat though because it won't let me. It'll let me put it in the chat in YouTube, but not on Facebook for some reason. Um, but it's just /FP like Flatpak. But it's Flatpak is just something that we're using already. So the fact that you can use that to make these cool editable things is really fun. You can also in the similar thank you person, I don't know who you are, but yes, here I'll do that. Ba-doop. Thank you. um People it's just it's I like that I can do that for you guys so that you can make really beautiful wonderful things and make a bajillion dollars. I will have to take all of this off though, so we'll do solid fill. We'll do a color though. Let's do pink. And then this one we'll have to do, let's make this one a solid color of a darker pink. And make this one solid fill of, oh no, let's do the darkest pink. Although they look very similar, huh? And then this one, let's do the blue. Oh, let's do the gradient fill. Okay, you convinced me. All right. And if you have any other questions, please let me know and we can talk about it, or we can not talk about it. That's fine too. I don't mind. I don't mind. If you have any questions, put them in the chat and I will answer. I won't answer. Maybe I'll just not answer. Boom. Just kidding. I would always answer. But anyway, those are things you can do. I would also add your little thingamabobber copyright on here. Put it like right here. Yeah, so I need to change all these fonts. Oh, another thing I'm going to show you, since I have to do it so that I can make this into a template for you, is you can come over here to replace, and you can replace fonts. So we can do Love Wishes script. We can replace that with let's do Century Gothic. Oh, Century Schoolbook. Let's do that. Replace. There we go. And then you can replace Love Wishes Serif with Century Gothic. Boom. There we go. I'd probably do that the opposite though. I'd make this have the feet and down here not have the feet. But anyway, there you go. That is what I have for you. I think that's all the text that you can't have. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I will put this into the membership for you, the template, so you can use any of these that you like. It would be so fun though to use your oh yeah, that's fine. I am leaving as well. I'm just finishing up. Use the patterns that you use for your classroom decor to make these. And it'll be great. It'll be great. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. I'm so excited for you. So off you go, make a bajillion dollars, and then come back and be like, hey, I made a bajillion dollars. Thanks, Beth. And I'll be like, oh, that's so great. I'm so happy for you. Okay. So off you go. Thank you. Have a beautiful day and have a good weekend. I'll still be in the Facebook group. Let's be real. All right. Bye. Say bye to Anchovy. She's sleeping. Oh, hold on. Bye, Anchovy. Bye. She doesn't want to. I guess I need to make a classroom decor first. That's true. All right, bye.